blankly at the screen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vape Talk UK 114. 114.
I thought you could only count to 12.
I can only count to 12. I only knew it was that because you told me. I am Stu, and joining me this week, as always, Mr. Mark Dolan. Say hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. Chris JB of Psychosis Inc. fame. Give him a little wave. Say something as well so your picture goes big.
Something as well so your picture goes big.
There we go. Look at that. Yeah. And I guess this week, guys, Mr. Chandler of the Vaguely Vaping Related Podcast.
Good evening. Yes. Hello. All right.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. For anyone who doesn't know who this guy is, basically he authors a Sick as Tits podcast about basically vaping. And... Yeah, I said Sick as Tits. Hey, look, he's not got it copyrighted. I'll say what the fuck I like, all right?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
I don't like it.
Can you say something else, please?
He authors a very, very good podcast, which you can find through iTunes or your other.
You're on it.
You what?
I say you're only saying that because you're on the last one.
I was on it. That is true.
You know what? I posted in the Vape Talk chat group earlier. Gave me the links. Well, went away to try and look for it and screenshotted it. Saw that Vulcan Brothers was on there, and I clicked off it. It was of no interest to me.
I actually listened. I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't heard about it until Stu mentioned it.
Do you know what would have made it worse?
What?
If it had said Pandora on there.
Fuck you.
Do you know what? I'm absolutely loving this little joke right now, Mark, because when you listen to it, there's a reasonably noticeable section where I'm talking about Vape-esque on there, and you're going to feel really guilty now when you listen to it.
Yeah. My favourite bit of the whole podcast is where Chandler goes, Vape-esque, never heard of her.
It's true.
That's more or less what he said.
Yeah,
I think that is pretty much what I said, yeah.
He said that he had heard of the Pandora. So, Pandora 1, Vape Skew 0. Just saying.
You know what? Fuck you all.
It's always a dick waving.
Oh, look at that.
Now what you've done.
Rage quit.
Now what you've done. Look, we're already auditioning hosts because we fucking lost Big Tom. And now we've lost Big Mark. Oh, no, he's back. Oh, wait, no, that's Chris.
Okay.
Oh, no, it is Mark.
Can I come back?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, we'll have you back.
I want a written apology to the email in my lower third, please.
What's that? Chris Barker at psychosis.co.uk.
No, that's not the email. You can't read as well as not count beyond 12.
Yeah. Oh.
What does that say at the bottom of your lower third? I've just noticed something to do with Stuart Vulcan Bros down there, but your camera's too shit for me to tell.
Well, your camera's too shit for me to tell.
StuartVulcanBros.co request nudes here. Oh, you're such a bellend.
If any of you have got any bills that you don't want to pay as well, send the invoices there and all.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I won't pay them, but you know, if you don't want to pay them, then you can send the invoices there. I don't mind that at all. So, Vape?
Maybe. Well, to be honest, today's just only vaguely vaping related, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking if he vapes, because he might not.
Do you even vape, bro?
He might just have a weird obsession with Mark Todd and Rick Grove.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've left. Yeah, I left them up when I was on the other week. And
Where's our fucking pictures?
It was, eh?
Where's our pictures?
Well, I just thought.
I know you haven't heard of Vape-esque, but at least me and Stu should be there.
On the other week.
To be fair, Chris, he's working on limited wall space. He wouldn't be able to fit both of us.
Eh?
Where's our pictures?
Well, I just thought.
Oh, who's echoing bad?
Who's playing the show back? To be fair, Chris, he's working on limited wall space. He won't... Mark.
Mark, can you only fucking mute the show if you're going to watch it?
Mark, it's been weeks since you've done that.
Another week.
It's been literally a week.
Thinking, what was everyone talking over each other? Why don't you just stop and listen? Then it's like, yeah, that'll be me.
Why don't you just press the 3 little buttons and click pop out chat?
I have to.
You can close that window and you won't.
Close the window behind it.
Yeah.
But you need to. I don't know. Whatever. Get on with it.
Right. So, as I was trying to say, Mark Dolan, do you vape?
Every now and again.
Do you have any vaping devices on you?
I do have a couple.
In you?
Then would you tell all the kind people that are watching what you are vaping on?
This evening, I am vaping on the Molly.
You got a Molly?
Sat on top the Soul S
Yes.
with a black cap. And inside that, I think it's the Just Jam with scone, I think. Yeah.
Just gone with jam.
Yeah, and that.
Just gone with jam. That sounds much nicer.
On the other hand, hey, guess what I'm not holding this week?
A can of beer.
I'm not. I'm on the water this week.
Fuck me. Check his temperature, Lins.
No, that's vodka.
Hey, guess what I'm not using? That I'm not complaining about this week.
Are you not anything Dominican D2?
I'm not, because it died on me.
Yes.
Are you sure it's with his fingers not being able to unlock it again?
So I bought a new one.
Why? You don't like it?
It's handy.
You know what? That one might work.
It might do. I'll have to wait and see. Other hands, Nautilus 2, 80 watt Aspire box, and 12 milligram toilet cleaner.
Heisenberg.
I'll tell you what.
12 milligram toilet cleaner.
Any of you guys tried those yet?
I guess what is it? That's the
100 watt.
Yeah. I think I just got them in. I haven't tried one yet, but they look decent.
I've not even
Decent.
one yet.
What is this, an unboxing video? Point your camera down so that we can have a proper unboxing video.
Oh, we need an up close.
Trust me, you don't want the camera on my crotch.
He's naked from the waist down.
Let's have a look. Why the fuck? Why? Stupid fucking... That boils my...
Yeah, that annoys me too. Although not nearly as much as boxes that don't have tabs on them so you can pull the inside out.
I'll start trying stuff in a minute.
Well, boxes in those sleeves that you just can't push the box out of.
Like everything made by Smock.
There we go.
That's it. Exactly what I've just had to deal with. Let's have a look at this. This is why I don't do unboxing videos.
Yeah, it's going really smoothly, Mark. No one will notice. Carry on.
Does this remind anyone of the Pandora?
Fuck you.
I was waiting for it.
Ah, there we go. Ooh,
That's why I kept quiet.
I noticed you shrunk a little.
Hey, I resolved that issue. Fuck the lot of you.
It looks like an American football.
It does.
Bloody hell, it does.
Football.
It looks fucking dire.
And,
It's like a 26650.
and a light switch.
Do you know what? It looks like that Arctic dolphin something.
Oh, look at this. Ah, a little pulley thing on the bottom to get your batteries out.
Wow.
Is it a 26650?
Yes, it looks as though it is.
I was going to say, why is it so fucking wide? But if it's a 26650, I suppose it.
I thought the rate is 650. I better order some batteries then.
You not got a battery to put in it?
No.
You can't tell us if it's any good then. Well, thanks for showing us how to take a box apart.
No, just hey. Look, bottom of that box. Focus. What does that say?
I don't know.
Piece
It's
of
not focused.
shit.
Shockproof, waterproof, 18650, 26650.
Front of the
Put a
floor.
little adapter with it then.
There ain't no fucking adapter.
Jay's Vape Reviews says there's an adapter in the box, buddy.
Adapter in the box, buddy.
He had trouble getting in the box, let alone in the fucking adapter.
There you go. Look at that little adapter.
Adapter? It's not an adapter. What the frick's that?
You stick an 18650 in it and then stick it in.
Hey! Sideways.
Go on, get it vaped. Jay's Vape Review says it's a silicon sleeve.
Pull the sleeve off. What does it look like?
More like a silly
Jump sleeve.
Go on, Mark, you can do it.
Here we go. I'll pass in.
That's what I imagine sex with you and your missus is like.
Hang on, why are you having sex with him and his missus? That's greedy.
What can I say? It's a squeeze getting us free in the bed.
Squeeze getting you free in a van.
Oh, look. It kind of vibrates its way in.
Yeah, that's what I know.
This is sounding all too familiar.
No rattle. I'll give it that.
Because it's got a big fucking foam rubbery thing holding it in place.
Ooh.
Has it got a swipey touchy thing?
No. For me, it's got far too much information on that screen.
Oh,
all I need to know is when my filters run out.
Does the oils need topping up?
Exactly. When your oils need topping up and your filters need changing.
Does the light switch have a dimmer on it?
No.
What else you got in there? Milk, sugars?
Well, this is 20 minutes of what has Mark Dolan received in the post today.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't mind.
I'll give it a try. I'll let you know next week. But so far, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Stu, what are you vaping on?
Oh, thanks for asking, mate. I vape as well. I'm vaping on this week. I've got my Therian 166. I almost forgot what it was called then. I've put a Druger on top of it because I was quite hard on the Druger when it first came out.
Shit.
Quite.
And I still think it's a piece of shit. So, but I thought I better get one and live with it for a bit. So I got one and I've been living with it for a bit. And I still don't like it. It's not for me.
I think that's the conclusion Reese is going to come to when you move in with her.
So here's the thing, right? If you was to rub a bit of cheese along there, you'd have some lovely grated cheddar at the end of it. It's quite sharp.
Lick it and see.
It is quite sharp.
Well, that makes it dual function, doesn't it? I mean, you can just use it to, put a bit of parmesan on top of your lasagna.
If you suffered from like hard skin on your feet, you just rub your Druger cap along your crusty feet.
I think you've got a problem because
this show has gone downhill.
Well, we've been trying to get rid of you for months.
I'm carrying you.
Yeah, the build quality is not quite there for me. It's all right. I mean, it is only 27, 28 quid, something like that.
Christ, you're cheap.
It's all right, but it's only all right, It's just, it'll about pass. It does give good flavour, I'll give it that. There you go. There's a positive. Flavour's all right.
Going back to an analogy from James Clark about 3 weeks ago, I would say it's a bit like fucking your sister. It does the job, but it's just not right.
I mean, I'm not going to agree with that, but okay.
But you agree with that?
Yeah, it's okay for the money, but when given the choice, like if I only had 30 quid to spend, it would probably be
on cigarettes.
One of the front runners.
It'd probably be on cigarettes.
But if I only had 30 quid to spend, I probably wouldn't buy an RDA. So yeah, it's not great. But anyway, in there I've got some really fucking nice juice. I really quite like this stuff. Mark, you familiar with this stuff?
It's quite nice, isn't it? That
it's not bad. It's all right. Yeah, I'm quite keen. Yeah, toasted oil from Thick Oil. I've been trying my best to not vape it too often because I tend to start smashing it every time I pick it up, and I've got about 15 or 20 ml left in the bottle now, so I think it's time to get that finished.
I'll keep an eye open for your order then.
Cheers, my love. Send us a discount code, eh? None of this full price nonsense. Then I've got my little Councillor Vapor Sto. Is that what you're called? Callisto. Which is a little 80-watt single 18650 mod. Actually, quite nice. Not a bad little bit of kit. Bit of a wrap, but buttons feel nice. Does 80 watts. Is a mod. You know, they're all the things that I look for in a mod. And I've got the Trillium from Eden Mods on top of there, which I'm really gutted because I was hoping I could show you all something fucking cool today, but unfortunately, posting time. So I've been planning to hand check this all week because a good friend of mine, Luke Sabins, just clued me up to a thing called the Sega Tank RBA, which is an RBA coil base that fits the Aspire Atlantis coil size, which happens to be what the Trillium takes. So that would effectively turn the Trillium into a rebuildable tank instead of a stock coil tank.
Doesn't the Trillium take everything?
It takes everything that's Atlantis sized.
Right, okay.
I was told once I was the size of Atlantis, but I think they're on about the Lost City.
So I really fancied the idea of this being an RBA because, you know, my views on stock coils. I'm not exactly the biggest fan. But sadly, that's not going to happen until later in the week now. I imagine it'll probably turn up tomorrow. So more to come on that next week. And in there, I've got Tropical Edition Cactus Punch from justaddict.co.uk, as John Martin would say. That's very tasty. Recommend that. Give it a go. It tastes like cucumbers and tropical fruits. And I don't like cucumber.
I have an issue with cucumber vapes.
It's supposed to be like cactusy, like agave, so it tastes a bit cucumbery.
I've just found that on the shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one that had cucumber in it?
Cocaine in it?
Who the hell puts cucumber in a juice?
Well, what it is, you know, like the agave sort of cactusy flavour?
No, I don't often go around licking cacti, but carry on.
For me, it's cucumbery. So I'm saying it's got cucumber in it, but it might not be actually cucumber. All right?
Does it taste like cucumber?
It does. Well, you what?
Does it taste like cucumber?
A bit like cucumber. A little bit like it.
So like water then?
No. Water doesn't taste like cucumber unless you put cucumber in it.
Ah.
Yeah. So that's that. And then I've got my little me one with 15 milligrams slime, also from just like dick.co.uk. And that is still just the thing that I vape most out of everything I own at the moment. It is still the vape that I use more than any other vape. Because it's just fucking great. Who's going next?
The Me Too looks good, doesn't it?
The pod one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Really, really cool.
It looks really as good as it looks. I don't know, but...
Well, I'm really excited to try it because this thing seriously is like my absolute babe of all the mods. So I'm really hoping that the pod system will be decent.
Of all the mods.
Of all the mods.
Very, very strong sentence there.
Mr. Chandler, do you vape?
I do, now and again.
What are you vaping tonight?
I've just realised that I am completely unregulated on
Be
everything.
a bit more vague about it, please.
Be a bit vague.
Yeah.
It's almost unregulated. Right, I got this one. I'll get this one out of the way first because there you go.
I can't help but think that this audition is an ideal home show plug.
Yeah, sorry about that.
On the side of it? What's that stock on it?
That's a wasp. That's a wasp. A wasp on the top.
No, that thing on the side. It says something. It says a slightly less good vaping show. Is that what it says?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It looks like he left it in his garden and a bird shat on the side of it. The shit was blue, but
I knew I'd get shit for this, so I thought I'd get it up there and out of the way first.
we do it. They do it to us all the time as well. It's an ongoing joke.
It's fine. I just happen to have that stuck on it, so I can't really yeah, show it you without it on. So yeah, that's a Rock Mod's mini Squonker. It's one of their 3D printed ones. It's lovely.
Very pretty.
It's nice. Find it
Spitty, the wasp.
The wasp. No, I've got drip tip stuck on the top. I find it very spitty if it hasn't got the drip tip on. But yeah. So I hate vaping it without the drip tip. I think that's how they made it so cheap. They just didn't bother. Let's just not bother putting a drip tip in with it.
Selling the third-degree burns.
Yeah, and pretend that's how you're supposed to vape it. You know.
No quality control whatsoever. Just get it.
Yeah. No drip tip.
What's a wasp without a little sting?
You are fucking terrible.
So yeah, and in there I have got. I made up some of that. Tickle Me Pink from Chef's Flavors.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Lewis from Chef's Flavors. I had an interview with Lewis when I was at Vape Expo, and he said that was their best seller. So I thought I'd better try it. And I'm not usually into the fruity flavors, but actually I like it a hell of a lot better than I thought I would. What does it taste of? It's a very fruity berry kind of. No strawberries, so I think it's more kind of raspberry, blackberry, lemonade-y flavour. There you go.
I'll tell you what, Chef's Vapors are coming out with some cracky juices. Have you tried their pot shot range?
I don't know whether this one. I've got one in here. I've got their, what is it officially called? Apple pie and Irish custard. I don't know whether that's pot shot.
No, I don't think it is. My favourite is the Mexican ice cream, Mexican fried ice cream. Incredible. And their guango is very nice as well.
I've tried Mexican fried ice cream, which I thought was quite nice. Well, that was okay. I think my favourite one is one of Tobacco Crunch. That's one of theirs.
Which one? Tobacco
Crunch.
I'm not sure it's in the pot shots.
I'm sure that's one of theirs.
They've got RY Whore that's now been renamed to RY4. I think we've lost Chandler's voice. His lips are moving, but nothing's coming out.
Oh no, have we lost Chandler?
I'm not sure. It looked like he was just doing a little gurn.
Chandler, no, we've lost you. We've got no audio. Look, yep, I figured that one out. Okay, so Chandler's going to have to get his audio working again while we talk about what Chris is vaping, I guess. Yeah? Yeah, that works.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Chris, I'm assuming since everyone else is vaping and you're a sheep, you'll be vaping as well tonight.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
What are you vaping, mate?
I am vaping on Box, 45mg Nick salts as per usual.
Yeah.
Also, hello.
I'm back. Excellent. Right, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, in that
myself some squash.
45mg Nick salty stuffy thing.
Yeah.
I am vaping on Molly.
Oh, hello.
Where's Molly's from?
With this is a prototype of a little RDA I'm working on. A little Squonk RDA.
What size is that, Chris?
22.
Oh, good man.
It looked like a recoil when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Fucking recoil.
Where's the angle?
Let me see it again.
Holes that...
There's no angle in the air holes. It's what's the word? Closed off a bit.
No, that's just, you just ripped off the Haku Phenom, haven't you?
I don't even know what that is.
No, the Haku's definitely got more of a split. There's no split.
I'm just trying to wind him up.
Oh.
Well, you wait until you get your RDA and all the serial numbers are cock. Yeah, in that I'm vaping on Salt Nicks by some Canadian people. But I can only get that in 20mg. It's a bit depressing, so I can lung hit that.
You're squonking 20mg.
It's Salt Nicks, mate. You can.
Yeah. I am.
That sounds insane.
It's yeah, it's pretty good. I'm also vaping on.
Oh, Churchill.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and you.
I don't know why it's not focusing.
No, don't care. Go fuck yourself.
Move on.
Hope you fucking choke on it.
I'm not in
I
that.
don't want to hear it.
That's real. Oh no, wait, 30.
Quite good. I've got that on a Rock Mods DNA 75 thingy.
Great.
Shut it, prick. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Look, if you carry on, I'll just tell Tom not to send you, Churchill. You fuck yourself.
All right, Chris, am I missing something? Why has he got monk on?
Well, what happened was all our Churchills are in the same place. And some special person got his Churchill.
I was just going to say, not all of our Churchills
people didn't get their Churchills.
Not all of our Churchills are in the same place, are they?
No, because yours is in Scotland.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm also vaping on a broom handle with an iGo W3 on it.
Oh. Hold that thought. What did I do with it?
Very nice. It's not got any. Well, I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to what that is.
Yeah. Why have you got a broom handle with an iGo W3 on it?
It looks like a chair leg.
No,
Like you just rip the leg off your chair and gone, there you go.
I bought a lathe and I was fucking about and decided to make it.
Hey.
Look what I found earlier.
Oh my god!
Fuck me. Blast from the past.
And it's still got the silica in it.
Oh, look at the state of
Oh.
Well, this still has the silica in it, but I'm not sure you could legally class that as silica anymore.
No, probably not.
Jesus.
But yeah, I just yeah. So yeah, I'm vaping on the Churchill mainly.
Great. How is it, dare I ask?
It's pretty good. Took me a little while to get the wicking right, and I dumped about 2.5 tanks all over me. I cut it too short and it just flooded. Cut it too short again and it flooded. Cut it too long and I couldn't get the cap down and I've left juice in it. And then, yeah, but then I wicked it right and it's nice. It's good. Good. It's nice.
Nice. It's good.
It is. It's good. It's nice.
Hey, Alex, I hope you're watching Chris's in-depth review of your device that you've put your heart and soul into. It's nice.
I need to ring him and sort of give him feedback, really. But
well, if all you're going to tell him is it's nice, it's good, you needn't fucking bother. Save yourself a phone call.
The jury's still out on it, though.
What jury? It's the jury of you.
Yeah, I'm still out on it. I haven't decided. I like it a lot. I don't know if the niggles that I have of it are enough to make me annoyed by it or not. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. It better be the best tank in the world.
I mean, to be honest, I've been using a billet box for so fucking long. For me to go and rebuild a tank was annoying. And then for it to dump two tanks full of juice all over me annoyed me more.
But isn't the Churchill just a big version of an exo set anyway?
No, not really.
No?
Nah. No. But I don't use an exo set anyway. I use stock coils.
Oh yeah, you do. You use Nautilus coils, don't you?
I've started using this week. I'd not used one before. I've always been an Exocet guy, but I put the Steam Tuners one in.
Oh yeah,
the Insider. Is that what it's called?
That's it. The Insider in mine. I actually quite like it. I really like the Exocet, apart from it being a bit drippy, a little bit.
Have you seen this new one called the Bastard?
that's not new. I think the newest one out is called the Flow. I think it's by Otis or Odis.
I'm pretty sure the Bastard is new because I've like I've got a couple of friends who are big billet enthusiasts, and they've literally just ordered them.
Well, they must have been. I mean, I'm in a lot of billet box groups, and I've seen the name Bastard around for a while.
They're not just referring to you.
Yeah, they weren't just calling me a bastard. I think it's probably that I've seen it for so long. It looks like it's been around for a while. It might be new.
What it essentially is you sort of build your own stock coil. Like the coil goes around the jig, and then you wrap cotton around it, and then you insert it into a little holding sleeve thing.
Like a carto.
It's like building a coil, like a fucking stock coil.
Yeah, it might be new then. To be honest, I can't really remember. I've been sort of stubborn when it comes to the billet box. I had an Exocet, I've had an Insider, and I just never bothered using them, so I sold them. I didn't even build them. That's like how stubborn I am. The BVC coils are just perfect for what I need. So yeah, I've just
pretty good.
It's a bit like you with that Me One. You won't man up and buy a man's mod. You'll stick with that because you like it. It's stubborn. With a little lanyard off it.
It's a wristband actually. Lanyards go around your neck.
Oh, whatever.
So
when I first saw your wristband, that Sophie one,
yeah,
I had a bit of a brain fart, and I thought that Risa had got you a wristband with her name on it.
You thought that Risa was called Sophie?
No, I didn't think that.
I mean, they sound very similar, so I can see why you might think that.
I just saw Sophie on the wrist and thought, what the fuck is going on here? And then I remembered isn't it something to do with that girl that got killed?
Sophie Lancaster, yeah.
Well, her and her boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah, it's just past the 10-year anniversary of that happening, actually.
Yeah, didn't he survive?
Yeah, he did. I think they were both in hospital, and I think she died in hospital, didn't she?
Yeah, I think he suffered brain damage, didn't he? Robert something.
Risa would be the person to speak to about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation in depth, because she really knows a lot about it. I know that they're ready to provide help and support for people that are victims of bullying, prejudice, that kind of thing, and I'm all for supporting that. So I got my little.
Yeah, it just stood out to me because I used to wear them when I was 12.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Not Sophie Lancaster ones, but
wristbands. Yeah.
Have got any shag bands?
They're not shag bands. It's not the same thing.
Have you got any?
No, I don't have any shag bands.
Well, if you put them back to back, you look really cool. Like fold them around each other.
But I don't want to do that.
Why not? I'm going to buy you some for Christmas.
Please don't.
Why?
Are shag bands even still a thing?
I don't know.
You could probably still find them.
I'm going to Google it while you talk about
and shag bands off eBay.
Or you could buy them on Amazon.
Okay, I'm really lost. What the hell's a shag band?
There are little rubber wristbands that kids used to wear about 10, 15 years ago.
If you didn't have any, you're a virgin, apparently. So you, my friend.
Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure you've got a kid, haven't you, Chandler?
They're not those loom band things, are they?
It's little rubber.
Oh, shit.
The ones that are made from shitloads of tiny rubber bands.
No, that's Scoobies that you're thinking of.
Oh, that's loom bands he's thinking about.
Loom bands, yeah.
What the fuck's a loom band?
Apparently, so I'm told, I didn't actually realise this. But apparently there's a shag band code.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Let's get that up on screen.
Look at them, eBay. You get 48 for $3.99. I'm going to get you loads.
For everyone. There we go. The definitive ranking of shag band fans.
Oh, I bet get you some yellow.
I like pink ones.
If you snap them, then that was what you're supposed to do to each other. I can't remember. I was very young.
So do we all need some shag bands then?
We should buy some for next week's show.
We kind of do.
We'll see who can get the most snap in next week at school.
We don't go to school.
We should.
I'll just be a little bit wrong.
But yeah, I don't mean at this age. Fucking hell.
So, Chandler, you didn't quite finish telling us what you're vaping on, did you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, no. I didn't. Right. What else we got?
I'm gonna sit back.
No, it's fine. M-Vapes, Squonk Box.
I like that bullet button.
Oh, it's fabulous. What's his name? Lee McAndrew makes those bullet buttons. So I saw it on the Runt Mods forum. He was selling those, but it fits in there a treat. Looks great on a wooden box. And
That.
yeah, love that box. And if you listen to the podcast, you'll know that this is the box that I had for all of 30 hours before dropping it on the floor and breaking it.
Oh.
So yeah, that was
That's really unfortunate.
yeah, I am that moron that did that. Yeah, I wasn't best pleased at the time. And I've got a Watofu Vapor Resso thing sitting on the top, which yeah, it's good. I like that. So that's that one. Oh, and that's got the apple pie and Irish custard in it, which I'm loving.
What constitutes Irish custard?
It's got whiskey in it. It's got a hint of whiskey flavour to it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You just put whiskey in anything and it becomes Irish, including Dolan.
I'm actually at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with the shit.
Yeah,
You must have been in your pint glass.
I was going to say, couldn't you buy a bigger bottle? You just went for the small one then.
No, I went for the big one. It was just to fill a pint glass.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Have you ever met Dolan in real life, Chandler?
No.
He's quite
No,
a big
I haven't.
boy. He's quite a big boy. That bottle of gin to him is basically just a short.
Okay.
Yeah, miniature off the airplane.
Yeah.
You're making me sound. You sound a bit. Yeah, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic.
Makes you sound like a
I'm
right
not an alcoholic.
Do you own a brown paper bag? That's the question.
I was going to make a really horrible joke then, but Lindsay will beat me up.
I don't think you need to now.
What are you talking about? It's all good. It's all good.
JB's going to get battered at Expo.
Oh man.
So Chandler, you do a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened
I
to
do.
it the first time today.
Was that the one with stew in it?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's actually Tom's fault, by the way.
I have to say it was interesting. It was good. It was enjoyable. I mean, Stu rambled a load of shit on for a little while, but it was good. You don't look how you sound. Now, I imagined you to be, I don't know.
I was going to say, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Now,
you don't look how you sound. You look like Clay Morrow has given up being in a biker gang and decided to go into IT tech.
me and Risa actually have a theory on what Chandler looks like. We noticed this the other day when he was on the Ideal Home show. It's mild-mannered James Hetfield.
Yeah, he looks actually a bit. He looks like James Hetfield and Clay Morrow had a child, and then he went on to be a computer technician.
Interesting. You should say that, Chandler. What do you do for a living?
He's not a computer technician. His audio's gone again.
His audio's gone again. Oh my god. Bless him.
He's a fucking computer technician. He shouldn't be.
I've just popped in the chat. Those interested in checking out.
Why a moderator on the fucking chat?
Because we don't trust you, Chris. So yeah, I've just popped 2 links, one on SoundCloud and one on iTunes, the Vaguely Vaping Related Podcast. So give Chandler a listen. Give him some love.
Chris, you're a moderator now.
Yay.
Are you happy now?
Yeah, I suppose so. So, Chandler, what do you do for a job?
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Hey, right. I've just turned my mic off and gone for the one in the camera. Yeah, I work in for a software company, so I go around and sell software to schools, actually, mainly. So there you go. That's my normal job.
Pretty close, isn't it, Chris? Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if he was an IT tech support, maybe he could, I don't know, sort his audio out, sort your shit computer out. But you know, he's not, unfortunately.
My computer's not shit. It just runs a bit hot. All right.
Well, you just work from the fridge. I mean, you know.
What I need to do is get one of those little cooling trays for it. You know the thing that looks like one of them dinner trays that you used to have at your nan's that you stick on your lap, but it's got fans in it.
Looks like the cross between a dinner tray and a drone.
Just realised my impression of fans accidentally turned into a Bhangra dance. Wasn't intentional, but we'll take it. So yeah, Chandler, tell us about the podcast, please.
Oh yeah. What do you want to know? I still feel fairly new at it. I mean, it's only episode 9 that came out last week.
Can I just start an episode every 2 weeks?
Once a fortnight, yeah, because I didn't think I could manage once a week, and I can't. It's a hell of a lot more work than I thought it would be. Even just to make a podcast.
What sort of things do you talk about there, Chandler?
Anything vaguely vaping related. So yeah, anything that gets that comes in my head and I just want to talk about. So I've been doing some the X1s that you do on Facebook, having a look at mods and trying to get mods via Facebook. So I've just been talking about what's been going on with that and the fact that I've been relatively shit with it, to be fair.
I listened to your little skit at the beginning of your podcast because I saw.
Oh no! Don't listen to that.
I saw the one that Stu shared, which was the one that he was in, obviously, and I thought Stu's in that. I'll listen to another one. So I clicked the bottom one.
No,
that to be this little skit. Can I just ask? Did you voice that weird woman in the? Did you voice her?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I thought it would be amusing.
It would be amusing to record some of the sound bites that you asked people to send you live on the show for you to answer, not on the show, but later in your next podcast. I think you should set up some sort of dictaphone and we'll ask you a couple of questions that we don't want to know the answer to now. And if the audience are riveted enough and they want to know the answer, they'll have to listen to your next podcast to find out.
Oh, what? So just ask some questions now.
Yeah, and you record them.
And I'll record them, yeah.
Then you can stick them in your next podcast and answer them.
Right, yeah, I'm up for that.
For us. I mean, you did request it, and you did. Unfortunately,
I did.
Give me a ring. I thought I'd be funny and get your number off this little skit and leave some weird voicemails on your phone whilst you didn't know who I was before we were introduced at the beginning of the show. And unfortunately, your phone number wasn't on there. There was an email address, which I was going to put on my lower third, which is the vvrp@gmail.com.
That's the one. Yeah.
Listen. So if anyone wants to send him any weird questions, maybe about the circumference of his areolas, send an email to the vvrp@gmail.com.
That's THEVVRP@gmail.com.
Yeah.
He said that before, hasn't he?
So, yeah, I think we should fill in your initial request at the start of your podcast for questions, and we should ask the chat to give us weird and wonderful, vaguely vaping related questions, and we will provide voiceovers, so you don't have to create the content yourself with that weird woman that you made. It sounded like a weird woman.
Is that the intro at the beginning of the show?
Yeah, that's the same one. The one that Hello, my cupcake.
Can I just say that intro to that show?
And welcome to the Vaguely Vaping Related Podcast.
It's so good though. It just makes me crease every time.
It would probably have more value now that I know it's not some strange woman you've got to record a voice. I genuinely thought you'd like roped a sibling or something into like just talking over it. But now that I know it's you,
no, I do.
Actually, But can I just say, can you adjust your audio levels when you create your podcast? Because it started off quite loud with that weird woman shouting about cake. And then
Say that again. You're breaking up, and I'm not sure whether it's me or you.
Is it me or is it Chandler, Stu?
You're both fine on my side.
Same here.
It must be Chandler. Then.
Right. It's probably my shite internet then. Sorry, go on. What did you say? I missed it.
So
Has your daughter unplugged it again?
have we lost him?
No, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Your voice went a bit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was panicking.
What the? What was I even saying? Can anyone remember? Was anyone listening?
Audio levels, podcast.
Yeah, so the podcast started off
It was-
loud
yeah.
with like mad dubstep, and then I turned it down in the because I listened to this in the car, bearing in mind. So
Yeah.
driving down the street, and many passers-by looked at my car as if to say, "What the fuck is that mad woman shouting at down the street?" But yes, I was going down the road, had that up, turned it down because it was so loud, and then the interview started, and they were really quite quiet, so I turned it up. And then there was all of a sudden some mad interlude in between two interviews with some blaring dubstep that nearly made me crash my car. So we need some like.
Yeah, I said to Stu that my levels are all over the place.
Yeah, I did panic a bit because it just threw me a bit. I had it turned up really loud so I could hear the conversation. Then all of a sudden it was like.
I will say this, with the dubstep clips being so loud, it does ruin one aspect of the podcast for me, because I mostly listen to podcasts when I'm going to sleep at night. I usually listen to a podcast while I'm winding down at the end of the night. Once
Hey,
just was enough, Chandler. Never again. Never again will you accompany to sleep at night.
This is for the headphone users, isn't it? Yeah, all of a sudden, you mean the clips in between, the little clips in between the interviews or the subjects?
It's like those,
Yeah, that's just to wake you up.
It's like those John Cena videos. For fuck's sake. John Cena! Fuck me. Yeah, I mean, I go to bed listening to audiobooks, actually. And I've got to say, I would not listen to your podcast going to sleep. I struggle to get to sleep as it is, so let alone being shouted at by some mad woman listening to dubstep.
So what we're saying is, at the moment, listening only. But if you sort your audio levels out, Chandler, we'll take you to bed.
Mm.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Mikey Vapes in said the perfect thing. I'm Barry Scott. Does anyone remember the Sillet Bang adverts?
Fucking yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
do. I heard it today about 3 times in between interviews with you and Scott Bonner.
Right, we finished insulting our guest.
It's not an insult. It's critiquing. As I said, I listened. I listened to the whole hour mark. You turned it off after fucking 5 seconds, so you can suck one.
Mark turned it off just until the shit had cleared the rim of his arsehole. That was about as much of it as he listened to, and then he pressed stop. So
it was funny. I sat there on the throne, as you do.
Yeah, well, this is the thing with the podcast. When you're doing a live show like this, you've got the chat. So if you're getting your instant feedback straight away, they will find out whether we're shit or not. Someone will tell us. But when you do a podcast,
they won't, because we know we're shit.
You just kind of
people still
you just kind of upload it to the cloud, and all I do is watch the number of listens I get, and I get no clue as to whether folk like it or not. It just gets listened to.
I enjoyed it, but as I said, you don't look anything like I imagined you to. And
now you told me what you think I look like, but you didn't say what you thought I looked like.
Have you seen Superbad?
I haven't seen Superbad. No.
Google Jonah Hill Superbad.
Google who? Jonah
with a H. Hill Superbad.
Jonah Hill. Right, I've got Jonah Hill came up.
No, but it has to be the Superbad. Has to be super bad, Jonah Hill.
Oh, sorry, Jonah Hill has to be super bad. All right, okay. Super bad. I've got caps lock on, but that doesn't matter, does it? Okay, with the curly hair. Yeah, okay, no, I prefer the other one. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the other one's not in.
James.
Morrow's a badass, and is in one of the world's most successful metal bands. So, you know, you're not losing. You could look like me and Mark Nolan.
I don't know what to say to that one.
So yeah, questions. We want to ask you some weird questions, and yeah.
Our chat is being remarkably quiet tonight, though.
Yeah.
I was hoping the chat would contribute to this. You know.
All I've got out of the chat so far is I'm Barry Scott.
Yeah, that's Mikey. That's classic Mikey, to be honest.
I think you should boyfriend.
Right, everything's
asking a question.
Everything's breaking up for me, so I'm going to try and reload it and see if that makes any difference whatsoever.
Yeah, that normally helps.
So I'll be back
Clark's
in a minute.
trying to be like the Flavor VT UK chat now, like acting the hype man.
Yeah. like some sort of rap battle.
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Isn't that like the stock sound off like the old keyboards at school?
What, Flavor Flav saying yeah, boy?
Yeah. Do you not remember if you press the DJ button and it had like all these weird?
I don't know, mate. You're a bit younger than me. Keyboards, like when I was a kid in school, keyboards were like you had about 30 MIDI voices on them, and that was about it.
At your school, we had was organs.
Yeah.
Da, 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 like the intro to Halo.
You're a bell and Chris.
Ruined it. Mark,
Yeah.
any weird questions you want to ask Chandler?
Don't think they had keyboard in Tuesdays. You're taking the piss, aren't you, girl?
What, you Gil?
Did you just refer John partner as girl?
You sounded like John. You sounded like John, the fake taxi driver then.
Oh, good. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, right.
Oh no! I'm driving round Leicester earlier. I drove past a car and he got the fake taxi logo in the back of the window.
Legend.
You need to get one, Chris.
I do.
Oh, that fake taxi driver.
Yeah, fake taxi driver.
That great guy. Absolutely great guy.
You met him, didn't you, in the back of his taxi?
Mate, I'll tell you, there's being fucked by a taxi ride and there's being fucked by a taxi ride.
Well, I got fucked by a taxi ride in Birmingham. I got really, really drunk at Evolution after like this after party we had till 6 in the morning. I got an Uber back to the hotel on my own because I was abandoned at the fucking at Evo. Smashed out my head. I woke up to like an £87 Uber, where instead of going from here to the hotel, he went around the outside of Birmingham and then dropped me off.
Was it on Ollie's credit card?
No, it wasn't actually. I took Ollie's credit card off.
Well, that's your first mistake.
I know. Well, to be honest, for the last 3 years, 2.5 years,
2.5, 3 years.
every show we've been on, every expo we've gone to, I had Ollie's credit card on my Uber account, and every show that we were at, I've had to ring him and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I've just put 80 quid on your credit card," not checking whether he's at his limit or anything. Oh yeah, sorry, I just put 80 quid on your credit card. I'll send you the money. Poor fucker. So in the end, I kind of realised now that I've actually bothered getting a credit card, that it's not a great idea to blindly put money on a credit card. So I took it off like a good friend, which I should have done 2 years ago, to be honest.
Oh, we've got a question from James Clark. I have a question. What made you go down the podcast route instead of YouTube videos?
Let me interject quickly before you answer this. If you go to the little interlude bit at the beginning of his podcast, that weird woman asked him the same question, and he does answer it. Well,
I did, yes.
On the podcast route.
So, well, I drive a lot for work, and so I've got a lot of time on my hands sat in a car. So podcasts, YouTube videos. I tried watching YouTube videos in the car and crashed 3 cars doing it. So, you know, decided it wasn't a good idea. So yeah, I listen to podcasts. I listen to Cultural Clouds. So Nick and Ruby, and Let's Vape podcast was Vaping Vape and Cloudy, and they finished their podcast earlier this year. And I thought, shit, what am I going to listen to now? So
you listen to yourself?
Yeah, randomly I don't actually. but yeah, I thought, well, hell, why not? Let's. I tried looking around for a UK-based vaping podcast that I could listen to, and couldn't find many. So I thought I'd make one.
It's a good reason as any, I suppose.
So there you go. That was it, really.
Have you been introduced to the joys of Audible?
Of Audible, I know Audible. They're the ones with all the audio books and the talking books and what have you, dramatized stuff, and
it's brilliant. Change your life.
Yeah, you have to pay for them though, don't you?
You pay $7.99 a month, and you get a free credit a month. And books can cost upwards of 30 quid, 40 quid. I think Game of Thrones is like $42.99 for the audiobook, and you could just download it for free.
You just download it and listen to it on Audible.
For 1 credit. And if you end up with 1 credit left and you go to buy another book, it'll offer you 3 credits for 18 quid. And if the books cost 40 quid each, I think it's kind of counterproductive, but it's fucking brilliant. Honestly, I'd never like to read. I don't have the concentration to read. And yeah, I just decided to download. No, Ben Gardner sent me a USB stick with the Harry Potter audiobooks on it once. And I thought, I'll give him a listen. I haven't read them since I was a kid. And I really enjoyed it. It was narrated by Stephen Fry. And then I sort of downloaded Audible and got a free credit with the month's free trial. And I listened to Ready Player One. And
it's my favourite book ever written.
It fucking blew my mind.
And Will Wheaton does such a good job of reading it.
Oh, it's so good.
Will Wheaton reads it.
Will Wheaton reads it.
And
I'm not sure whether I ought to admit, am I showing my geeky side if I know who Will Wheaton is?
Oh, don't worry, mate. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I make no secret of it.
Excellent.
I don't like Star Trek, but I know who he is.
Well, it's kind of the thing of nerds these days, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's actually becomes president, spoiler alert, in Ready Player One.
He does.
He does. So, yeah, honestly, that book changed my fucking life. It's absolutely insanely incredible.
What's it about? Go on, I've not heard this one.
It's about a dystopian future where the markets have crashed and fuel costs too much. So everyone basically stacks their trailers up outside big cities and lives on the internet. This company's created a virtual reality that's more realistic than life. Currency in the game's worth more than life and in real life, and it's just insane. And then the guy that owns the company dies. He leaves an Easter egg inside this game, which if you complete it, you get control of the company. And it's this one lad's story of him trying to triumph over the second biggest company in the world, who's paid thousands and thousands and thousands of people to try and get this Easter egg. And it's this one single lad who lives in a trailer stacked a shithole, and yeah, he's trying to take control of this company. It's absolutely fucking incredible.
What it actually is a love letter to the 80s and to 80s pop culture.
Yeah, it's very, very much heavily 80s pop culture based.
But it's kind of wrapped in a sci-fi dystopian kind of adventure story.
How do you who said that? Nightwork. How do you find out your total listening time? Oh, here we go. Total.
Nightwork. How do you find your total listening time?
Yeah.
On the books.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. He's also got a good question. If you could only vape one juice, Chandler, what would it be?
Oh, if I could only vape one juice. Oh, that's a tough one. At the moment, I'd go for this Tickle Me Pink at the moment, because that is what I'm just going through.
What, forever?
Everything at the moment.
You weren't even sure you would like.
Oh, now I like my bakery flavors though. That's the thing. If I could only vape one.
So surely Hackerchoke from Bolton.
Look at me looking at my cupboard, going, what the.
That'd be Hackerchoke
If I
from
could only
Bolton
vape-
Brothers, wouldn't it, Chandler?
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah, definitely. It would be. There you go. That one. I still haven't tried them.
You're such.
No. They're all nicked up, juiced up, ready to go. And I swear I was going to record the tasting of these for the podcast this afternoon. But then somebody messaged me and said, "Can you come on the show tonight?"
Yeah, I can't have a go at Chandler for anything because he stepped up last minute to come and do the show tonight. So you can have a free mate. Don't worry about it. Take it if you like. Do you know what? Don't even vape them. I'd rather you.
So I tell you, I tell you what I would go for if it would be that one. How's that doing it? Can you see it?
Lemon tart.
Yeah.
That is such a popular one shot as well, isn't it? Like everyone loves it.
And it's an open recipe as well. It's not a hidden recipe. You can literally download the recipe, buy all the separate ingredients, and mix it all up.
Oh yeah. There's another good question in chat. Rob says, Chandler, how did you get into vaping, and did you totally quit smoking from the first vape?
Almost totally quit vaping. What got me into vaping? Basically my daughter was born. I've been vaping since 2010. When my youngest,
not year 2000 like you told Scott Bonner.
2000, like I told Scott Bonner. Yeah. I fucked that up, didn't I? No, it was 2010, and I'd given up smoking when my first daughter was born 5 years earlier, and not done very well. So when my second daughter was born, I thought, right, I'm going to have to do something here, because I'd given up about 8 or 9 times. So I thought, right, these new e-cigs seem to be coming out. So I had a look on the internet, and I actually came across Scott Bonner's website, the I Get You 69, and he'd got a banner for Mirage cigarettes, and they happened to be in Sheffield. And I wanted to go to a shop and buy it. I didn't want to do it over the internet, mainly because my wife had told me not to get an e-cig. She said you'll just get hooked on them, and you'll not give up smoking. You'll still be hooked on the e-cigs, which is fair enough. But I'm not smoking. So I went to I went to Mirage. Actually went, and it wasn't a shop. It was a tiny little room, about the same size as your shed there, Chris, probably.
Are they the ones that make the weird square bottled juice?
Mirage was actually my first vape shop as well.
Was it?
Yeah. Do you know that they make a mech mod now?
Oh yes.
Even though all of their shops are geared very towards smoking cessation.
That's the mech mod.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I've got one. I bought one. I bought one at Vape Expo, because I thought, they let me have a try on it, and I was after a mech mod at Expo, and seeing as it was Mirage where I bought my very first e-cig, they're in Sheffield. I live in Sheffield. I thought, well, I might as well buy theirs off.
Yeah, their whole big thing about it is that it's Sheffield steel, right? Yeah.
It weighs a fucking ton.
Yeah, I bet it does.
It's a monster. It comes with now. I love the RDA. Bizarrely, you can't buy the RDA separately. The RDA's comes with a mod, but I love that. It's got really good flavour on it. So yeah, they are. That's the mech mod.
Cool.
The button is nearly black. I could do with polishing that.
Now, another good question. See, the chat's waking up now. Chandler, what is your final aim? Any plans to expand the podcast?
My final aim is just to keep going. I haven't got an aim in mind at all. Basically, I all I'm doing at the moment is recording my vaping life. So I suppose it's a bit of a journal. This is just what I'm doing, and if anyone wants to listen to it, then great.
Jono would be quite good on your podcast because he's got a face for podcasts.
He's got a haircut for radio.
Yeah, that was one of the other reasons I went for podcasting as well. I didn't think video would suit me, to be fair, but there we are.
We did have a request from someone for you to sing Master of Puppets, but I don't think we'll force you to do that. Jono scared a few viewers away last time he started singing.
Yeah, no, I don't sing.
not much of a singer.
No.
No, I avoid karaoke like the plague, I tell you.
It is a shame because you would be fucking brilliant covers band.
I just need the electric guitar, don't I?
You can hold it whichever way you like, mate. Depends what hand you use.
Yeah, that way around, isn't it? But
although we probably don't all want to be on YouTube doing this, like we're wanking two men off camera.
Well, that could actually be our new goodbye hand thingy.
Well, just wanking off the side of the camera.
So, Chandler, for someone who's vaped for such a long time, what's your favourite piece of hardware you've ever bought?
My favourite piece of hardware. Have I got it anywhere near?
Is it a Pandora? If not, don't answer my question.
I tell you something that I loved at the time, and I vaped it to death. Have I got it to hand somewhere? Hang on. You'll not. You get bonus points if you know what it is. Shit, that's just knocked everything flying. Now, I loved this when it came out. There you go. Anyone know what that is?
No.
It looks like a mixture between a Dominus and a... What are those fucking massive truncheon things called?
I'm sure I've got one of those in a box somewhere.
I actually saw there is a shop. Let me have it. I'm going to do a Google, see if I can find it. I did a search for it the other day, and there was a shop still selling it. Yeah, it's still there.
Are you going to screen share it show us all?
Can I screen share it?
Yeah.
You can screen share, yeah?
Make sure you've got no weird bookmarks like Stu, though.
What weird bookmarks? My bookmarks, I've got FMJ Firearms. I've got Chandler's podcast. I've got the Boner Wall. I've got a file transferring service, Streamlord, some Minecraft servers, and a podcast that I listen to. That is my bookmark. That is my bookmarks.
Rewind 2 thingies ago. Bookmarks.
There we go.
What, some Minecraft servers?
Yep.
What's Minecraft servers bookmarked?
Weird.
That's not weird. You play more video games than I do, you fucking nonce.
Yeah, and my 8-year-old son plays Minecraft.
Right, let's show what Chandler's showing. There we go. What's this?
There you go.
Oh,
Tech T-Cross. Look at that, and you can still buy it for $69.99.
worth every penny, I'm sure.
Yeah, I never paid that for it in the first place. But look at that. I mean, you can. Let me just unshare that. Okay, I've done the screen share. How do I stop doing it now?
You can stop.
Oh, stopped. Okay, there you go.
You're back. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm back. It's fine. No. It changes. You could have an 18650 in there, or you could take the extension tube off and put 18350.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of overhang, and that looks like a 14mm atomizer.
Yeah, it had whatever it was. It basically had a. Yeah, it was for the cartomizers, and I started using it.
It looks like a nightstick.
A nightstick.
I can't remember what that fucking. It was like a tube mod. Do you remember? I don't know. DJ, the vaping guru. Do you remember him? You know, many believe that he may be dead currently. The guy that used to do all that mad videos where he'd build like 2 wraps, 28 gauge, and he, what the fuck was it called? That big congestors. That was a fucking nightstick. That was. Shit the bed.
Whatever happened to him?
That's what I said. I think many people think he's died after the fucking that he used to pull.
He used to turn up with a full-blown bath sheet, didn't he, and wrap his mod in it.
It's getting that hot. It's melting the skin off my fingers. Well, no shit, you fucking moron. You won't go into him. Have any of you tried this?
Arizona, yeah, lovely stuff. I like the grape one.
Pomegranate green tea. Nice.
Yeah, it's good shit.
It'd be better if I didn't throw it down me, but...
Well...
How did I miss that big blowhole?
Anyone tried that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that's all right, actually.
Yeah, it cleans toilets quite well as well.
Yeah, is that the 3 milligram pre-TPD?
Yeah, I've got a stash of it.
Nice, clever man.
Very sweet, though.
So, we've kind of made a bit of an error here, guys.
Aye.
We've sort of spent all of the time that we were going to talk about Chandler's topic kind of questioning Chandler instead.
I think it was vaguely vaping related.
It was
So
vaguely
Chandler-
vaping related. Yes.
Chandler, do you want to do your topic or do you want to move to boner board? Bearing in mind, if you do your topic, we will have to be quite brief.
Let's go to the boner board. Let's go do that. Because what time are we finishing? About 10-ish.
Around 9:30, 10:15. We'll probably be on for about a 9:45 finish at this rate.
Yeah. We'll go straight to the boner board, shall we?
Okie dokie, let's boner. Just do my little screen share. That screen right there. Share that screen right there. There it is.
Who's going first? Oh, whose job is it to clean up that fucking board?
I cleaned all the images that I actually knew what they were. I believe this is your two that I didn't know what they were.
Just delete them.
You can't just delete them.
I can't remember what that one was. This one was received.
People wanking each.
Was it back scratching? Thieves?
That was the thieving one. It's the thieving bastards one.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other one was, so I've just deleted the other one. So,
Can I go first this week?
I've got it. Why not?
I have two. My first one, I'm going to drop it right in the middle. Is John O'Brow the middle, or?
Yeah, John O'Brow is the middle.
Johnny Brown meets right in the middle, like his eyebrows.
Right. So there we go. So.
Well, eyebrow.
That's my first.
Ooh.
Oh, I've got someone to ban in the chat.
Why?
Agnes, you dirty cambot. You dirty cambot. You're getting...
Wait, let me ban her. I've got my admin right.
Go on and celebrate your new admin status by banning her. Go on.
I'll put her in a timeout and ban her. You.
Oh, Dolan got in there.
I'm unblocking her just to block her again. You absolute tosser.
Oh, amazing.
I like the way she's called Agnes. It sounds like someone's nan. Doesn't it?
It probably is.
Hello.
There's a whole package
Do your little voice, Chandler. That is probably what she sounds like.
Yes, probably.
From now on, that voice is forever known as Agnes.
Bear with me a second. I'm just going to check that URL out. Oh, hello, Agnes. I'm not going to share this screen because it probably doesn't make good viewing.
Be careful, we can see it reflected on your glasses.
I'll have a look.
I didn't know you could fit one of those in there.
Look.
Okay, welcome to Porncast.
Wow.
Mark, I thought you were doing your boners. Well, I know you're literally having a boner right now, but...
Yeah. He's currently looking at best girls online.
Oh, this just arrived, guys. We've got to start over, apparently.
Whew.
Damn, that keyboard's sticky.
Thanks, Agnes. Right, we were talking about my boner, weren't we? Right.
Can I just ask?
Oh.
Did you leak everywhere like the Easy Dripper?
So the idea of the Easy Dripper, for those of you that are not aware, it is a little... I've got pop-ups all over my screen now.
You've got a virus.
Oh, for heavens.
You've got chlamydia.
Yeah, so the idea of
You're
the
flustered now, aren't you?
self-standing kind of thing, yeah. Pour your liquid into it, and it allows you to take the cap off and squirt your juice into your RDA. I believe
Primarily from your windscreen of your car or your.
Yeah. You can get accessories with it, so you can attach your spurty bottle to your windscreen so you can drip and drive. Not that we condone such behaviour. Holds 15 ml of juice. It comes with a suction cup that you can attach to your. Excuse me, that you can attach to your windscreen. Has anyone owned one?
Yes.
What are your thoughts, Chris?
I tried it.
Barker.
It was someone's lanyard. Someone had it on a lanyard at one of the shows, and I thought, that's fucking awesome. So I went out and bought two. Well, no, I lie. I bought that set, and then I bought a set of 3 bottles. And it was incredible for the first 7 minutes of using it. So it was convenient. It did the job. And then I got out of the car, went into a shop, and it was a hot day. It got the juice viscosity to a point where it was thinner than water. And then it pissed all over my dashboard. And then I threw the cunt out of the car and stamped on it. And I have not seen it since.
Sounds a lot like your ex.
Did you dribble on your dashboard?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so it was a piece of shit. I liked it for the first 5 minutes.
Well, what I like about it, because when I'm not squonking, I'll use an RDA. What I like about it, but particularly I use the Sherman RDA quite a lot. That's a 28 ml RDA.
Yeah.
And
the bottle inside it.
It's designed perfectly for you to just I've not got it here. So you can literally just squirt down the middle, jobs are good in. But if I try and do it with a Kennedy, if I try and do it with anything else, juice pisses everywhere. I think with the Easy Dripper, it's lovely because lovely. It's nice because it's like almost like a perfect amount that it dispenses.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't like it.
I haven't used one, but I love the idea of them. So I'm willing to side with any roughly positive opinions on them. Chandler, feelings, thoughts?
Why can't you just use a bottle?
You can get 3 points on your license for using a bottle in the car.
You'd probably get 3 points on your license for using that, to be fair.
Atrocity, may I add.
So, I mean, what does it do? You just tip it upside down and it releases the juice out?
No, you push your RDA into it.
You push your RDA into it?
It sits upside down, essentially like a glorified rabbit water bottle.
It's like a spirit dispenser in a pub.
Oh, right. So you've effectively taken a shot of juice straight into your RDA.
Yeah, but it's a perfect amount so you don't make a mess.
Right.
Unless it's a hot day and it pisses all over your dashboard.
Doug's just said, I don't have a
bottles and hot cars.
I don't have a windscreen on my motorbike, and the helmet somewhat gets in the way while vaping.
Yeah, I know that one.
I could see an issue with if you angled it wrong, it's onto one coil and then the other coil is dry. That could be a problem.
Shit. Why are we even debating it?
Right.
Hey, going back to the motorbikes. Have you seen the races? Any of you into biking?
Not really.
Or bike racing or anything like that?
No, wrong crowd, man.
No, wrong crowd. All right, okay. Some of the racing leathers have humps on the back, and what they put in there is they put water in there, and they have a pipe so they can drink and keep hydrated. I've been itching to put a mod in the back of there. Yeah, well, no, stop that. I have a mod in there so I can vape. Can you imagine clouds of vape coming out from under your helmet as you ride?
Well, we covered this on the Boner Board a few weeks ago when the VG fogs up your windscreen in your car. So you can imagine that your motorbike helmet would be pretty fucked in that situation.
So, to be fair, though, if you was to get yourself I know when I used to ride a bike, I used to get it was like a white liquid.
When you used to ride a bike, you had fucking stabilizers, bro.
Shut up, man. Used to spray the inside of your visor with like a white liquid, and it stopped it fogging up.
Yeah. Visor mist.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Surely that'd stop VG sticking, wouldn't it? You just end up with a wet neck.
I don't know. I tell you what. I'll try it. I'll put my helmet on and try vaping in my helmet and seeing if I can still see where I'm going.
How are you going to press the fire button? You're going to need like a Joule or a PAX or PAX, what they called.
You'd have to try one of the iCares or something like that, wouldn't you? Where it's got the auto.
Apparently they're
fire
really
when you're helmet.
I'd be very careful because apparently the wind rushing through you fires it. A friend of mine
fires it in your pocket.
Yeah, Alexander Charalambos found that out the hard way, where he went with a full tank on a bike excursion and come back with an empty tank and a really fucking hot iCare. or equivalent. It auto fires with the wind.
Oh no, that's not good.
Nah, yeah. So it's probably in general a terrible idea.
Yeah.
So where are we going to put her then?
I would put her in fucking cunty. Or what equivalent is.
Dripper stinks like a kipper.
What?
It's not something I'm going to rush out and buy. Put it that way.
So we almost shite then.
Almost makes sense. Oh, we made 2. Mark, we bred them.
We've not made 2. I've just moved it. You've not updated.
Hang on. Refresh. Oh, yeah, there it is.
There she is.
What's your second boner, Mark?
So again, my second boner, this is an interesting one because this is kind of going back to the old school. I will upload and we can discuss. So those of us that started vaping in the early days before we had the joys of pre-built coils or even cotton wool for that matter.
Whoa. None of us were born before cotton wool.
Mark was.
Not even you.
So,
before cotton wool was used for vaping.
Cotton wool was invented.
We used to use mesh. The days of hot legs, the days of vaping with mesh, and we used to use mesh instead of cotton wool.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's come back, and Vandy Vape have released an RDA called, I think it's called the Mesh.
This thing looks pretty dope, you know.
It looks very novelty-like.
Yeah, but it can take coils as well.
Yeah, but what was that weird fucking RDA or RTA, where it was that had those weird like coils that looked like chicken wire? Do you remember what I'm on about? The notch coils?
No, I like the look at this thing.
I think it was very novelty based, a bit like
that. Doug's just said, used to, ... That's my question. Are we bringing something back that doesn't need to come back? Obviously, a decent coil has got decent area. What's the word I'm looking for?
No idea.
Surface area?
Surface area, there we go. Good surface area. And obviously, with mesh, you've got good fucking surface area. The reason that we don't
see, but what confuses me is because back in the day, I used to use mesh as the wick.
Yep.
What is that mesh used as?
Coil.
That's mesh.
Coil. You actually wick that with cotton.
You see, to be fair, Chris, we drop the coil and then we drop the mesh, pre-torch mesh into the tank. I'm trying to think of an example of a tank. I'm sure I've got one somewhere.
It looks like a pi squared.
But either way, are we bringing back something that doesn't need to come back, or does it look quite funky and something we'd quite like to try?
Oh, I would try it. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's going to be shit. If I'm honest, like mesh as a wicking material has always been decent if you got it right. It's, you know, as a coil, I don't know. It looks very novelty-like. You remember that fucking teapot RDA?
Yeah.
I'll put it on par with that. Like,
I like the look of it. I think it'll be interesting. It's a slightly new take on something that older vapors are familiar with, and it's a completely new thing for less experienced vapors to have a play with. Even if it's not great, it'll be interested in something different and might lead to an RDA being developed that is good.
I mean, old school vapors, a lot of them won't even use fucking mech mods, let alone RDAs, let alone fucking this sort of thing. You know, I know people that would never step away from regulated, you know, would never step away from tanks. You know, I think you're flogging a dead horse, really, aren't you?
See, what worries me looking at the design of that is where's your juice going to go? And I know it holds a big old chunk of cotton in the middle, looking at the size of it.
I think it looks shite. I'd like to try it, but I think it's shite.
Well, I wonder because obviously when we used mesh before, it was years back when anything was designed to be used with mesh. And stuff has just moved on and on and on since then, using cotton instead. So I wonder whether I'm going to give it benefit of the doubt and say, you know, it may be that it may turn out to be good because it's trying something different, isn't it?
But are we going to bring back the Genesis Atties? I know Genesis Atties haven't disappeared.
They've come back.
Yeah, I know. But are we bringing Genesis back in, or actually bringing it into the mainstream? I know that's not what this is designed to do, but it's just...
It looks very, very novelty-based to me, and I think it looks shit. Personally. I'll eat my words, but yeah, I just don't see it working. I mean, like Douglas Manza said, there's still plenty of mesh atties being made. Yeah, but they're used with the mesh as the wicking material, not the coil.
Yeah, the coil's wrapped around the mesh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would create one hell of a juice band on Big Tom's other hand.
Should we John O'Brow it? That's
John
fair.
Brown for now. I think
Stick it in the middle.
Yeah.
I think one of us should bite the bullet and buy one. Probably me. I buy the most useless shit. And
no, because you already don't like it, so you
yeah,
won't
but I'd like to be
fair.
surprised by it.
I'll tell you what, as soon as they become available, I'll get one and I'll give it a try.
Let us know what you think.
I'll pass it round. Once I've used it, I'll pass it round.
Bollocks. I've been waiting for you to post my mate's iPad for 2 years.
Back.
Huh?
You've had it back.
Bye.
Fucking ages ago. Anyway, after the show.
Chandler, do you remember when I was like preparing you earlier for the show and I said it's a much more relaxed environment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I mean now?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. yeah. It's fine.
Right, who's bonering next? Is it me?
I'm just still trying to remember whether Mark gave me the iPad back or not.
Look, we can deal with that later, Chris. We've got boners to do.
Oh, right. I'll get me boner out. First one.
Who have I got to fuck around here to get a boner?
Probably misses. First one.
Doug's just said, bring back 14 mil RDAs with 1 mil air holes. That's what I'm talking about, Doug. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Chris, why?
I just want to know what your thoughts are on it.
You know what my thoughts are on it.
Yeah,
what is it?
It's Malaysian juice with loads of coolant in it, packaged in a fucking chabby shit bottle.
Oh, God. Oh, we're back to the biking theme again, aren't we? Drag
Look at
race.
the state of that bottle. Although it is called Drag Race, which I support fully.
Yeah. I suppose it's one of the only comedy bottles that I've seen that you can't say is marketed towards kids.
No, it's marketed towards India.
Particularly.
What?
Oh,
Yes.
hey!
I mean, to be honest, the bottle's shit. The juice I actually quite like.
The juice is just standard Malaysian fare, though, isn't it? It's just sweetener, some fruit, and a low 23, right?
Yeah, what flavour is Drag Race?
It's lychee, like a menthol lychee.
That's blatantly obvious from the packaging, isn't it?
Well, yeah, all the packaging's the same, to be honest. I think the
Oh,
colour,
is it?
but yeah, I think you have to sort of look into it. I mean, it says low mint on the thing.
What Nasty Juice coined that term?
Well, maybe
What term did you say?
natural organic suction. It says at the bottom. Yeah,
Natural organic suction.
yeah, I don't know what that means.
I'll be honest.
What?
I'll be honest. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't stock it.
No, I wouldn't piss on it if it was on fire.
I'm sure the juice is lovely. I've never tried it, but
Yeah, but the thing is, that's pretty much universally true of these Malaysian juices. They almost always taste amazing, but they're also almost always branded just like shit.
Yeah, I mean, the juice itself is quite nice. The bottle, I'm not a fan of. It pisses me off even using it. Yeah. Just wanted to know opinions, really.
how does the bottle work?
So that little blue thingamajiggy screws off,
Yeah.
and you squirt it out of there.
How do you squirt it? That's metal? Is
Is
it?
the bottle squeezy?
Yeah, it's squeezed plastic. It's not metal.
All right.
Oh, okay.
What annoyed me is for the first 3 weeks I was using it, I was pulling the fucking thing off to drip it, and I'm like, this is a massive hole to drip out of. And then all of a sudden, this unscrewed, and I was like, oh.
So that comes as a nick shot. Then.
Yes.
So you have to remove how that bit that you were pulling off. And is that hole big enough to get a 10ml bottle?
It's no smaller than a 30ml bottleneck, really.
You see, that's what frustrates me about the smaller cap. Obviously, if you use a 60ml, you can. Whoa, Barker's gone. You could pull the cap off with your teeth and squirt your nick in. Whereas with those, you're going to have to keep that cap on.
Cap off sensibly with a pair of pliers, don't you?
Now, I'm doing it to wind someone up. Yeah. How much of the price is in the bottle? Absolutely. How much of the price is in the bottle? I remember. Do you remember the Zippo lighter range that you used to be able to get? They used to come with like a little flip.
There's a mod like that now. Have you seen it?
Let's have a look.
Like those?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Vaporesso make a mod like that now.
That mod looks quite cool, doesn't it? With the little where you swing round the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is curved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks quite cool.
There we go. They could have priced about 50p or £1 cheaper if they used normal bottles.
Yeah, I think they're about $15.99.
$15.99 for a 50ml.
Yeah.
That's like quite reasonably priced.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Price is okay. Yeah. Can I just state now that I am meh as fuck on this? Like, it probably has pros, but I can't see past its cons. So I just don't really give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I'm happy with Bear. I just wanted your opinions more than anything else.
My gut feeling when I see a juice like that is that you think, oh, they've put so much effort into the bottle to grab your attention that you wonder how much effort they've put into the juice that's inside it.
I'm not gonna lie, the juice is pretty fucking good, to be honest.
Is it? All right.
Yeah, but I mean, as I said, we'll leave it on John O'Brow. It's very much I'm not bothered either way. My next boner.
Fucking look at you with all your boners.
I've only got 2 yet, Dick.
Right, one more than I've got.
I'll stick it in the middle and let you fight between yourselves to start with. There we go.
Oh, I don't even like squonking, but they're so pretty.
I do like the Molly.
They're just so pretty.
Any thoughts, Chandler?
Go on, I can't see it. Is that is it? What's it made out of? It's a molly. I have not seen a molly up close and personal, as it were.
Here's a molly.
So,
The mollies. You know what people say? Oh, that hits really hard. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, they all hit as hard as each other. But the molly, I feel, does genuinely hit very, very well indeed. I will go back. I berated squonking.
is it 3D printed? I presume.
No, it's Delrin.
Oh, Delrin.
Delrin.
Okay, so is it a mech squonker?
It is a mech, yeah.
You see, I'll tell you where I stand on it, right? The molly itself is beautiful. It works really well. It feels really nice. It does what it says on the tin. But it is so fucking tight to get your battery in and out.
Give it time. Give it time. It'll work.
Yeah. See, the thing is, some guy in one of the vape squonking groups said he contacted the manufacturers of it, and he said it's really fucking tight. It's damaged 2 really good batteries. They were like, oh, just give it time to bend. You shouldn't have to give it time to bend. And it's pissing me off because I don't know how fucking safe it is to keep ramming batteries in and out of this fucking thing when I can't get them out quick enough if there was an issue.
It is copper internals. Someone's just asking copper internals, but you can do the silver upgrade on it. I know, I'm going to.
But then there was Mooch, Mooch did a test, didn't he, on all the different materials, and there's absolutely bugger all difference between any of them.
You see, the only reason I'm going for silver is because you don't have to clean it. It's a quick wipe.
I can literally come.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but I quite like polishing copper.
What, stripping down a mech to clean all the... Oh, fuck that, no.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had to take the top plate out to clean the top plate. That always seems to not tarnish for some strange reason. The negative side.
Yeah.
See, but it hurt my hand to get that battery out. Just annoyed me. The mod itself is fucking brilliant, but that really annoys me.
Can't you just put something like a ribbon or something underneath it?
Tight.
Pull it. Too tight.
Too tight to put a ribbon on it or a bit of.
I wouldn't be very happy with that, to be fair.
Is it like the rock mods where it's open on the inside, or
Yeah.
has it got something in between?
No, it's open like that.
Because you can get something under.
Oh yeah,
Something-
I can jam a fucking pair of scissors in it, but
and poke it out.
yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
Chris, you just give it a good slap. It does come out.
Yeah, I have to slap out 5-6 times for it to come out. I'm now currently trying something with painter's tape. Give me a minute.
Yeah, Olivia's back. I'm having this one. I'm having this one.
You had the last one, dickhead.
Bye, Olivia. Oh, naughty girls are waiting for you.
It's even tighter. No,
Where have we found all these girls tonight? This never happens in our chat.
Oh, we've got Glitter as well.
Right,
Oh,
dude, we can't keep banning them all. We can't afford to lose the viewers.
look, there's a fucking tight it is. There we go. I might use this battery. Now it's fucked because of this mod. I might just keep ramming it in and pulling it out.
As the wrap on the battery, because I've noticed on mine I ripped the wrap off a couple of times.
It's tearing. It's torn to fuck.
You see, I've got a half mod, and the way the half mod works is you drop the battery in, you drop the bottle in, you drop the top of the mod down, and they kind of just join together.
Connect.
Absolutely cracking.
A half so much.
They are a cracking design. Have we got any up here?
Well,
Half mods. No, they're not up there. But it is a really, really good design. But I just prefer the Molly.
I really want a half. I'll trade you my Molly for your half.
I'm good. I've got a Molly, and I've also got 2 halves. I'll stick with that.
You can have 2 Mollys which you prefer.
Okay, mate. Thank you.
Also,
you know how hard they are to get? Yes, you do. That's why.
It's not about how hard they are to get that attracts me to them. It's the fact that it looks awesome.
They do look really fucking pretty.
What? The Molly?
Mollies or the halves?
Let me
I'm
just
actually keen on the half.
let me just grab one of my halves. One sec.
I saw a half resin, half stabwood one, and that was really nice.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Yeah, I think they look nice. But the 3D printed ones, I think they feel nice in the hand. I think they're well made, but I'm not too keen on the look of the 3D printed ones, if I'm honest.
No, nor am I. That's what puts me off. I don't. It's the stabwood ones that I really want.
Yeah, stabwood ones look stunning.
Apparently, they're fucking mega hard to get hold of, those stabwood ones. But I try.
Guys,
Yeah.
can I just bring to your attention something that's just been said in the chat, just to see what people think?
Go on.
You don't need to clean copper contacts, as fitting the battery cleans it enough.
Fucking does when it's this tight.
They're the halves.
Yeah, no. I know that the copper contacts always end up where the connection is. They're always clean as a whistle where it's actually touching.
Yeah, so the way the halves work is they literally, bear with me, they've got quite strong magnets. So they come apart, your battery slides down.
Oh, looks dead easy, that.
Who's piss?
How do you always make sure that the
Bottle goes on.
tube off of the bottle lands in the 510?
Because if you cut it at the right angle, or pull the bottle up a little bit, and then shove it down the hole, when you drop it in.
Cool. So there is a bit of technique to it, but it is fairly easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good loading system. I like that. I got time for that.
I mean, I've loosened it up considerably, ramming that battery in and out, but I fucked the battery doing it. So, yeah, I'm kind of, that's annoyed me, but the mod itself is fucking beautiful. It functions brilliantly. It looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I do like it a lot, but I mean,
what we're saying, where does it go? That's the question.
see, the thing is, I've never really been a massive fan of squonking. And then I saw the halves, and I was like, I've got to get a squonk to fall in love with them before I buy a half. See, now it's not firing. Why is it not firing?
Uh-oh. Here we go. We're going to reenact Dolan's CCTV footage now.
I don't know why it's not firing.
Go on, blow.
Oh.
Present him. I want to see this go.
Quick. Is the battery getting warm?
Not firing. I might take it out, but see, it's that tight as well. I wouldn't even be able to put a dimple in it.
He's fucked it.
Let me try a different battery.
He's fucked it.
Shut it, dickwad.
Fat boy chicken fingers has fucked it. It's not crackle and pop. Oh, don't use one of them, Chris. Don't use one of them Aspire Cobalt batteries. They're no good for mechs, then, Chris.
I need it to fucking fire. And it's got
Fucking fire.
It's got the most protruding pin out of all the batteries I've got. Bear with me, I've got to stick tape on this again now. Otherwise I'll never get the cunt out. Does someone else want to shove their boners up while I...
Yeah, I'll start doing mine. Oh, I'm tired. I'll start doing mine. I'm going to go in the middle and see what people think. I think some of this is going to be based purely on looks. I know they are mostly kind of like that from my point of view as well. So let's see. We've got, first of all, my first one is... I'm actually surprised we haven't done this one. I thought we had, but I checked over the boner board and we haven't done it. So my first one is exotic coils.
Ew.
We have not done, surprisingly, exotic coils.
You're joking.
I know. Now, I think my opinion on this has been pretty clear from the start. I've always fucking loved exotic coils. I've always been a bit. And they used to be back in the Riyadh era. They used to be.
I think we had a few arguments with Rick, didn't we, back in the day?
Yeah, there were a few sort of back and forths of whether they're better than standard coils, etc., etc. And I think, you know, you do reach a point where exotic coils stop being an improvement. You know, like anything that is Clapton probably tastes better than, but you do sort of hit a point where they just stop doing anything special.
See, for me, my all-day build, whether it's in an RDA, whether it's in a series, whether it's in a tank, or whether it's in a squonk, are all fused Claptons. Now, depending on what I'm using, depends on what I use.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm exactly the same.
My standard builds, what do I use? 24 fused 40, 5 wrap for a Mac, for a skunker, 26 fused 40, 2.5 mil, 4 wrap.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same. I just use different types of fused Clapton for different types of vapes for the most part. I mean, I'm very, very lucky that I have a shit-hot coil builder on my team, and he occasionally sends me really nice coils. I've had a really nice Staggerton variation from him, and I had some staged fused from him, and they're lovely. But, you know, there is a point where it's just, this is good flavor and this is not good flavor. And that is just, you know, how most people will think about it. But aside to that, there's the whole artistry side of it. And obviously, like being a painter and being interested in that kind of thing, the artistry side of coil building just fucking really appeals to me. Like, I absolutely love checking over builders' Instagrams and seeing what they've been up to.
I appreciate the artwork, don't get me wrong. I appreciate something that looks nice, but it's got to be functional. If I'm going to sit and wait 4 seconds for a coil to ramp up, then for me, it's not functional. It could be as tasty as you like, but with that ramp up time, sorry, I'm not interested.
Yeah, the unvapeable side of exotic coils is definitely where it starts to become a bit more of a...
Have we lost him?
Who?
Stu.
I don't know. I think JB's broke his mod.
Oh.
Right.
You okay, hon?
It's working.
You still got both your legs?
You talk to me?
You can't call me Lieutenant Dan yet, son.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on exotic coils, guys? For me,
Get it for the coil porn side of things. I appreciate the amount of work that's gone into them, and yeah, they look totally awesome. But if they're not functional, then they can go fuck themselves.
so would you allow freaking awesome?
It depends.
Well, the question is, would you allow it?
Oh, I wouldn't argue about it.
I wouldn't put them right at the top. Depends how exotic is exotic. Is a fused Clapton an exotic coil?
Yeah, anything better than round wire is an exotic, really.
I like them. I like them for pictures. I like them to fuck about with. They look good. Stick them where you want them.
Claptons all the time. So yeah. If I can't manage without Clapton.
So you're going to allow me freaking awesome?
Yeah, go on.
Hey, exotic coils locked in.
Right, are we going to whiz through these last couple of bonus because it's coming up for 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I've got one more. Right, do you guys remember the Smoant Ray box?
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Sorry, Molly shouldn't still be in John O'Brow. I think it should be up somewhere.
Where do you want it? Pretty good?
Pretty good, freaking awesome, somewhere like that.
What we're talking about, the Ray box?
No, the Molly.
Molly.
Oh.
So we're happy with pretty good on the Molly?
I mean, once I get used to the fucking pulling the batteries in and out to get it sorted properly, I think it'll be all right.
We can always check back in on it. We have said before that we can check back in on these and revise them.
Give me a week.
All right, so we'll leave it on pretty good for now, and we'll see how you feel after a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to my question: do you all remember the Smoant Ray box? Do you remember the slating that we gave the Smoant Ray box?
Yes.
Right. It's back, and it's worse than ever.
Oh God.
Okay. Now, I apologise in advance for making you look at this, but this is something that needs to be discussed. Okay. It's coming. It's coming. And you will be in a minute.
Is it going to make me dribble?
Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Oh my God.
Not only does this mod, the Zomo Laser 255, not only is it available in the stunning, ever so popular, amazing, incredible rainbow finish that everybody is so in love with at the moment, but it's got a laser pointer in the top of it, guys.
Oh, right. That's going straight into proper cunty.
It's got a laser pointer in the top of it, and it claims to have a waterproof board.
So you can vape underwater.
How is it waterproof when it's got fucking you can see inside it?
Well, the board might be waterproof. What about the fucking battery?
Exactly. It's not physically possible for that mod to be waterproof. It's literally not possible. The electronics are exposed. You can see them.
Throw it in proper cunty. I don't even know why we're discussing it. What?
Oh, but look at it though. Can you believe that someone's released this?
I don't see the point of a laser pointer. Really do not see the point of a laser pointer.
The best part is the laser pointer is right in the top behind where the RDA mounts. You can shine it
straight in your eye
whilst you're firing your coils to make your vapor light up. Yeah. Are we excited, guys?
I think there's going to be so many blind people after they've shined the laser pointer directly into their own eye accidentally while vaping.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case we're not quite sold yet on how good this product is. 3S LiPo semi-regulated has 3 power modes, 50, 100, and 150 watts.
If you're not going to put it in proper cunty, I fucking will.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
I don't think we need to wait. We've decided.
It's gone. It's already in proper cunty.
It looks like the most sensible mod ever.
Guys, RRP, £75. Fucking bargain.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. I could go down to Bovey Market and buy a laser pointer and sellotape it to any old shit box, and it'd cost me £1.
Just take it in, guys. Take in the beauty.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to ram it in if you don't fucking move on.
Did anyone see those? I remember, I haven't seen any for years, but you used to be able to get a torch and a laser pointer that had a 510 connector, and you could just screw it onto the top of your mod. So you could, if you needed a torch when you were out and about, you just took tank off and put a torch on the top and used the battery. Now, I thought that was useful.
I've got an iPhone.
You've got an iPhone. Well, there you go.
They have a torch built in.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused about this as well.
It's a piece of shit.
It has a piano paint process. Durable, do not paint, feel comfortable.
What?
Wow. Let's just see that again. Let's just see that again. Durable, do not paint, feel comfortable.
As Cozzy just said, if you carry on talking about this, I'm going to buy one and have a Vulcan Brothers logo etched into the side of it.
Battery capacity 0.1 ohms to 5 ohms, 0.3 ohms. That's an incredible capacity for a battery.
Would it work?
Fairy dust, I think.
Yeah.
Magic.
Look, you've got smoking mode.
Smoking mode. Oh God.
Power indicator.
Switch. That's
power indicator light. On/off key. pressure regulating key.
Pressure.
Do you love it, guys? Do you love it?
Oh, my word, mate! If this does not go above the billet box, then I don't know why I'm sat here.
Hang on.
I think I'd rather fuck my dad.
I think I'd rather.
Oh no!
Not again, Chris.
Fuck this. Why am I even doing this show anymore?
How do you make a column?
Yeah, what's worse than
Above absolutely fucking incredible.
How do you make a column?
I will help you with that.
Add column. I've got you a column there.
What do you want to call it?
I just want one for the Zomo Laser GT 255.
There we go. I've created you one called Smoag.
just got a Smoag column?
Smoag. Here we go. Here we go. We're moving. Have you done it? We're all too many cooks are spoiling the broth. Okay, let's delete the Smoag column, and then that column needs to be renamed.
Mega cunt.
That column is the Zomo Laser 25 GT.
If
And
anything,
from now on, if something is so shit that we cannot even quantify how shit it is, then it's a Zomo Laser 255 GT.
if anything is going to get vaping banned, it is that.
That is the new brown standard in vaping.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, I'm about to just leave.
Oh my god! Evolution Vaping's got them in stock.
oh no!
Guys,
Oh,
just stop screen sharing for a brief second, just so that you guys can actually see it in action. Look, there's the wonderful James Clark.
Oh my
His
god.
impression of the Zomo 255 GT laser.
hey!
There we go.
I hate to say it, James, but your laser's pointing the wrong way, pal. It should be pointing up into your eyes, obviously.
I just.
That's where you want it. That's where you want that laser pointer. Just
straight in your face while you vape. Yeah.
yeah, Cozzy's just quite rightly pointed out that Age of Steam do carry them, and that is proof, if ever you needed it, that we are a fair show and we talk about our own opinions. Age of Steam are carrying them, and I still think it's a piece of shit.
I think I'd rather be carrying the AIDS virus.
Yeah, I would seriously rather have sex with Chris than vape that mod.
Fuck me. Right, can we move on, please? Because I'm
something else.
Okay, it's time for Chandler's bonus. So I'm going to put this.
What I want to know is, does the carpet match the curtains, Chandler?
In what respect? Yeah. What?
Don't worry.
Right, Chandler, are you ready to?
Are you comparing the beers? Anyway, go on.
Are you ready to state the case for your first boner?
Yeah, go on.
Brand new, straight from America.
The
Recoil
Recoil Rebel. I want opinions on this because
Straight
obviously,
from America or straight from China?
yeah, presumably, I don't know. Presumably, it's made. I don't know.
The original Recoil was made in China.
Chris, it's the east coast of somewhere, mate.
It's true.
Well, either way, did you see the one that that China released? They released the Recoil 2.
Yeah, the clone.
They did a clone of something that didn't exist, which I thought was fantastic. Let's release a Recoil 2.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, it looks quite nice.
Yeah,
It looks lovely.
It looks like a goon, but I don't know what's under the hood.
Have you got the picture of the
I
deck?
can get a picture of the deck if you bear with.
Yeah, because there was a picture of the deck. I think from having a nosy round and having a look, I think he's missed one big trick with it.
I have seen this. Someone showed me it. It's got a deck similar to the Kylin. No, not the Kylin. Yeah, Kylin.
Like that's how it looks.
Oh, was that the black one? Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen the black deck.
That piss ring is removable for anyone interested.
It looks like the Kylin RDA without the clamps. Is it Kylin? By
No.
Cyclone?
It won't be the Kylin because the Kylin's postless.
No, what is it called? Crichton.
Is the Crichton a staggered 4-post?
Yeah, it's staggered 2-post, but it's got clamps instead of holes.
Yeah, that's the deck.
I'll find it.
It does look well built. Cozzy says it looks well built. It does look well built. I agree with that.
The one thing I think it's certainly missing is where's the squonk pin?
Yeah. Douglas says it looks like 100 other RDAs around. I don't mind that. I don't think it needs to look like nothing else that's ever come out before it. That isn't my problem with it. But I do have problems with it.
To me, it looks cheap.
That's the Crichton.
Yeah, I mean it's a similar idea, but the Recoil version 1 had the idea with the post holes, so
it doesn't look light years away from the original Recoil. I can see it's had tweaks made to it, so it's almost like the Goon 1.5 in my eyes. I've got a Recoil. I haven't got one of these.
Here's my thing with it. Okay, it comes with 2 caps. One is this adjustable airflow cap that you can see in the picture here with 4 holes in each side. Okay, and the adjuster on that goes 1, 2, 3, or 4 holes, so that's all good. Totally down with that. But that cap on its own does 1, 2, 3, or 4 holes, and so is perfectly sufficient. And with that cap, it looks different, it behaves differently. But they also supply it with the original Clouds Grow Clouds cap from the first Recoil, but with the new logo etched into it and with the new finish on it.
Is the cap as chunky as the original?
Yes, I believe so. I believe
that won't be.
I think this one is a bigger deck.
That 4-hole one can't be as thick as the original because it's got an airflow control ring on it.
Yeah, true. Okay. But I've heard, and I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but I've heard that Grimm actually wasn't happy with how turbulent the AFC is on this variable airflow control cap, so has also been supplying people with the original flavor cap from the first Recoil along with it. Again, other than this AFC cap, the only thing that's actually completely new about it is this Ultim ring, which is supposed to prevent your juice over drip. So why is it being marketed as a new RDA when, as Chandler quite rightly pointed out, it's basically a 1.5? It's basically a tweak on the original design. And the biggest change, the manufacturer seems to agree, doesn't work.
I mean, I'm not bothered about it being a V2. That's not the issue I've got. I think it looks all right. I don't have any issues with that. What I have an issue with is the fact that it seems very overcomplicated for something that was already all right with a Recoil.
Yeah, I've got no problem with it being, because he hasn't said this is the Recoil version 2. He said this is the Recoil Rebel, so it's kind of the same. It's in the Recoil family.
Yeah.
So
I'm not fussed either way. I think it might be okay. I think it looks nice. I think it should be somewhere in the middle until we've got a chance to try it. I think
the one thing I really wanted with the, because I love my Recoil, the one thing I really wanted was a squonk pin, and this hasn't got it. That's the one thing that's the only thing that I'm disappointed about.
I'll be honest, I actually want to get one. I want to use one and live with it for a bit and see what it's like, because whilst I'm not 100% confident that enough has been done with it, I feel like it's a bit of a lazy update, personally.
And that's going to turn out to be 25 mil.
Yeah, it's 25 outside diameter. Yeah.
20, yeah. So
whilst I do think it's a little bit lazy, what is there was good before, and if it's any improvement over the Recoil, it will still be a good RDA. So whilst I don't think enough has been done, I do think it's worth buying, and I do think it will probably be a bit of a banger.
Yeah, so where are we going to put it then?
I
When
think
you want it.
until the jury's been deliberated.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Where are we saying?
That I think it's fine.
Leave it here for now.
Yeah, or even John O'Brow maybe.
So that's the Recoil Rebel. Right, Chandler's last one then. I'll put this in John O'Brow, and you can argue wherever it should go. I have no fucking clue what this is, but I took one look at it and I was like, yeah, that's beautiful.
It's an etched thing.
It's an etched thing. I can tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm a geek, and this caught my eye.
I mean,
and
who doesn't love Hitchhiker's Guide for a start?
It is a DNA 75 board squonker that this chap called Herbie McCubbin has etched. And that is absolutely gorgeous. There is only one of those, unfortunately, because I want one. But it's absolutely beautiful. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And Herbie he creates these mods, and he's called Infiniome. And yeah, go and have a look on Facebook. He's making another one or something. He won't. We haven't seen what he's making, but he made something similar. He's making something similar. Basically, all he said on his Facebook post was, if you like this mod, wait and see what I've got coming up for you.
I mean, I think it is stunningly beautiful. Like, I like the box shape design. I like the quality of the etching. I like the internals look fucking stunning.
It's not a Hammond box.
Shut up.
I mean, it is. It's just not made by Hammond. It is essentially a Hammond box, and he's etched out a hole in the side. But it doesn't take away from it. I think it's beautiful.
I do very much like edge work. I don't like variable voltage squonkers, but the work that's gone into that, the internals look smart.
He's done a great. I'm blessed that I've got. I mean, I managed to get hold of that's an well, which way was it? That way. There you go. That's an Infiniome mod that Herbie's made.
I mean, even that's simple as hell, but it still looks gorgeous.
Yeah, so well made. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I've got a really, really, really nice box that's like that, with like loads of cog works torn out of it, and it looks incredible. But you wait until it's 2 years old, and all that shininess is gone. It makes it sad when you look back and remember how beautiful it was. But yeah, it looks fucking awesome, I think.
So yeah, I just wanted to share that because that is one of the mods that I looked at and went, oh, I want one of those. At the moment, there's not many that grab me and go, yeah, you've got to have that. Whereas that popped up.
The DNA 75.
That's an single 18650 DNA 75 mod maker 510 squonk bottle.
So it's a proven formula that we know works.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really need to say too much about it functionally.
No, but it's the art of it.
I like the wrap powder coat that he did, the orange wrap powder coat. I think that was lovely.
Yeah, for me, on looks alone, I'd be happy to put that in fully charged. It's gorgeous.
It's stunning. I like if he's only made the one of those. That's it. If you look at even the the serial number that you get on the side, that's 42, which I think is
perfect.
Genius.
So after the show, the value of that mod has just doubled. As a bunch of thirsty vapors start PMing Herb trying to find out who's got it and how much it's going to go for.
Yeah, he also released some MOSFET squonkers, so some mech ones with the switch FET in it. And he'd done a logo that looks very, very similar to the Boba Fett logo. They look stunning as well.
Have you tried a FET yet on a squonker?
This not on a squonker. This has got switch FET in it.
Yeah.
But other than
I've got the Punto.
Yeah.
And that's got the FET switch in it. Absolutely incredible. Love that, the tactileness of that button.
Yeah, the switch on this is great.
Well, I've already moved it up to freaking awesome. Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on. Search for Infiniome on Facebook and have a look at his group. That's where you can get them from. So certainly worth a look, I reckon.
So we're having it on freaking awesome.
Definitely.
There is one thing on the boner board as well that I'd like to revisit.
Oh God, go on.
Salt Nicks, JB's favourite thing in vaping. Salt Nicks.
What are you whinging about?
Now that I've used it for a bit, I actually think, based on the element stuff that I've been using, I think 20 is just a touch too high to be telling people to lung hit. And it seems to be that 20 is what they're selling as lung hittable.
I think that's because it's element. This is Salt Nicks, 20 milligram.
No. I can lung hit the element 20 milligram stuff. I can lung hit it perfectly fine. It doesn't make me cough, but it gives me this weird sort of peppery sensation down the back of my nose. And it gets quite uncomfortable after 5 or 6 vapes on it. And I reckon if it was about 15 or 16 milligram, I think it'd be absolutely fine. But I think 20 is just a touch too high for lung hitting. And I think,
is it a 50-50?
No, the element pod system I think is 70-30 or maybe even 80-20. It looks really thick in there.
And it might just be because of how small the pod system is.
Could be. But for me, at the moment, I want to pull it down off of fully charged and into like freaking awesome. I still think it's good, but I think clearly there's only one brand that are really doing it.
That one in fully charged is actually Salt Nicks by Alex Bukaj. It's actually a specific brand, so you're not taking it anywhere, motherfucker.
So maybe we need like another one that's just in pretty good for salt-based nicotine in general.
You can do.
Or like the rest of the salt-based nicotine as of the moment.
You've not tried 45 milligram mouth to lung, which is my daily, all day, every day since like October.
Well, I've tried it in your bullet box and it was great.
Exactly.
But that's exactly the thing. I think there's a bit of, because it's becoming a thing now that companies are interested in trying, some are getting it right and some aren't. So until the net average is as good as Salt Nicks, I think we can't be too hasty to push it as the best thing since sliced bread.
You'll see I've used Fill My Pod, Mr. Salt E-Liquids, Salt Nicks, and they've all been fucking awesome. It's only this element weird one that you've tried that I don't like. Well, I don't like element as a rule because of how much they fuck your coils up. Yeah, I don't know.
I just think we need to just give it a little more time and see where it ends up. I'm perfectly willing for it to start climbing again, but my current experience is a bit not as good as yours.
All right. I'm not going to argue because I need to go.
In that case, is it time for us to all go to bed?
Yes. I've got to be up at 6 o'clock.
Are we doing any after show hangouts this week, or do we not care this week?
I
can hang around for half hour or so. Not long though.
Okay.
I'll put the link up.
Right.
Cool.
It's goodbye from us and goodbye from Chandler and his weird voice thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So good. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, we'll see you next. Who's auditioning next week? Are we keeping it secret?
James Clark next week.
James Clark, the beautiful bearded man from Yorkshire.
I don't know about beautiful.
He's at least one of those things.
I've got some stories about him to share next week.
Oh, is next week going to be another hazing?
We're going to enjoy it.
Actually, can I quickly just show a picture here before we go?
No, we're going to save that for next week if it's the one I think you're going to show.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's one of our previous guests, Jono, dressed up as Posh Spice.
He looks exactly like her. Perfect.
Right, see you later, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Nice.
Bye bye.
The link will be in the chat.